What up, what up, what up? What up? Stretch a little bit. What's going on? What's going on? L jumper is in the L division. What up, what up, what up? Leave it here. It's 8 o'clock. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We officially wrapping up the first week of trading for 2024. Next week I will be on the grizzle. On the grizzle. This week I'm still in semi-vacation mode. Next week I'll be more in locked in mode next week. So we're back. You know what I'm gonna do too? I'm gonna change the background and stuff. I don't know. Maybe. We do have another one. We got this one. Damn, I look mad tiny. I gotta make myself bigger. Which one you think better? Jumper, if you still here. This one or this one? Obviously I'll make myself bigger. No, I say I'll make myself bigger, of course. The gray one is better than the old one. The gray background is better. We'll use this one. I'll change it up for next week. This week we'll keep it right here. Oh man. I ain't gonna front, guys. I'm tired, man. I ate not too long ago, and you know what happens after you eat? You eat a lot. I ate a lot. I ain't gonna front. Got that itis, man. I got that. It fits the color scheme a bit more better on the eyes because of the darker. Yeah, man. See, you can eat now because you can go to sleep after this. I can't eat before class. I can't eat before this. Every time I eat, I try to eat after. If I eat before, I'm yawning the whole time. I get tired, get sleepy. I gotta eat after. Can't do it, bro. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Woo-hoo. Man, I'm starting right now, bro. So, no worries. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. About to get this party started. Uh, so, quick intro. Excuse me again for my yawning. So, guys, welcome to Vice Trading's Academy's Daily Market Breakdown. So, in this stream, what we do here, guys, is we break down these 9 pairs you see on your right hand side. Right, these are the 9 pairs that we focus as a trading group. To join the trading group, make sure to join the Discord. The link is in the description, and it's also on the chat if you are live on the chat right now. It's a free Discord group. So basically, what is it that we're doing in this stream? In this stream, what we're doing is we're looking for points of interest in these pairs that you see on the right hand side, right? What is a point of interest is basically when price reaches these interest points, this is where we're looking to take entries at, right? Not It's not a signal, it's not the POI is the end all be all when we start to take a trade. No. Once price reaches that point of interest, there's other sets of things we need to look for, which is our entry model that needs to match up as well with the higher time frame, mid time frame points of interest, right? So that's basically what we do here. Now, in order to gain the full benefit of this class, guys, there's another 2 sets of class that I would definitely highly recommend that you participate in, which is the weekly market breakdown, which is at the beginning of the week. We do that on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern New York Standard Time, right? And that's a class that kind of prepares us for what's going to happen during the week, what pairs we're going to focus on during the week. Then what supplements that class is this class, the daily breakdown, right? Because those same pairs that we looked at, that we singled out on Sunday for the week, are some of the same pairs that we will be focusing on during the week and looking for that set behavior or that higher time frame point of interest to get triggered for us to be looking, to get into entries, um, looking to get into trades, right? And then the third class that you need to look forward to is for the daily. Um, well, it's the entry class, which is the trading session, the live trading room that we do Monday through Friday. Well, the daily market breakdown is Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right? But the live trading session is Monday through Friday, right? And that could start at anywhere from 6 a.m. New York City Eastern Standard Time and could last all the way up to 10 a.m. It all depends what's happening in the market. Sometimes it even starts earlier. The stream will start at 3 a.m. if something's popping off at 3 a.m., right, during the London session, right? But me personally, I look to trade the end of London, right, the beginning of the New York session. So I'm usually in my charts, me personally, 7 a.m. Eastern, right? And I'm done by 10 a.m. Latest 11, latest, right? But 10 a.m. I'm done. 10:30 last, right? So just to give you a little bit of insight of how we do things and the benefits of joining and subscribing. Make sure to smash that like button and to subscribe. And that's about it. So let's get this party started. So let's start with AU. So AU, what was the expectation for today? Was to give us our third day of drop. Did we get our third day of drop? Yes, we did. Right. We got our third day of drop as expected. Let's go to the sheet. We did get it. Right. This is a good thing we had. Right. Overall, the trend is down. We on A2. Right. And we had 2 days of drop. So everything is in line. Right. When things start to get in line, that's when you know that, hey, you're getting into the right side of the market. So we actually had that happen, right? Price pushed up. The point of interest yesterday was, right, price to either bounce off here, right, or to get all the way up to this order block to then push down, right, which is the breaker block technically, right? And there was also a fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame between here and here, and it filled before pushing out. So, right, there was a couple of different reasons to enter this trade. right? Look for the entry. We knew the direction, right? Where is the entry, right? So we did get it, right? And created that new low. So after 3 days of drop, the market must chop or rise. So I'm not expecting the price to continue to go down today. I'm expecting price to consolidate, maybe push down, but end the day in a no net, or push up, end the day in a no net, right? So it could do either or, any of those three things, right? But definitely I'm not looking to trade AU today, so this I will be turning off. So there is no point of interest for AU for today for me. So I'm going to turn off this and turn this off, right? But let's take a look at what's happening with the pattern, right? Price push back up. So let's mark this push to the top side, right? Created that lower low, right? Confirm lower low. Why? Because we have a lower high, right? That push down, right? So we know that over here will be our next place of interest. Let me make this thicker, right? This will be where we'll have a break of structure, right? This will be the next place. Break of structure retest will be our entry. BOS. Let me update this to 30-minute BOS. Right? And that's important for us to understand. Right? Where is our next place? Right? Which will be here. We want the BOS retest for that continuation. Right? We also have a 4-hour change of character. Where is it? That's the daily. Where is it? And here's our 4-hour change of character. Did we get a clean change? Yes, we did. Right? And if we go to a 4-hour, we can see that. We have a 30-minute change of character, right? Price to start trending down. We have a 4-hour change of character, right? This is a test. Test. Why? Because everything is touching. Here's what the price broke. Next candle confirms that break. So now, what's the move? Right? I want to see price pull back, give me a retest of the 4 to then the continuation and break structure on the 30-minute chart. So when you start to understand the way price action move, how these are all gears, what's an external structure, internal structures, you start to put these things together, you start to really understand price action, right? You start to really understand. You see the EMAs crossed over, the 5 and the 5th and the 13 cross, right? 5 went under the 13, so we started the downtrend, right? The 13 crossed over the 50, right? So we need to wait for these three to cross over the 200, right? When they cross over the 200 and then the 800. Once it cross over the 800, where are we? We're at the daily change of character, right? What I mean by that is when we go to the daily chart, right? Our daily market structure is the black, right? So right now we're making with higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. In order for it to change direction, it needs to break out of this low, right? Change the character. And then by that time, what we will have the 30-minute, the 4-hour, and the daily time frame, all three of them aligned in the same direction, right? And that's when we started the trend, and the trend is your friend. All right. So right now we have the 30-minute gives you the earliest signal, the 4-hour follows, right, and then the daily will follow after that, right, with some time. So everything right there looks good. So my expectation will be for price to pull up, retest that 4-hour change of character before a continuation will happen. Right? That's the game plan. We can see we got a gap here, so I am looking for price to fill that in. It's perfect market structure on this one. This is a beauty to trade. If you on it, this is a beauty to trade. And let me change this because that's not the 4-hour, that's the daily. put everything together. Right. Take this off. Put this down here. Why doesn't it? Wow, it wouldn't go above it, but it goes below it. That doesn't make any sense. I've never seen that before. You see how I could move this here. Move them below the daily folder. It is what it is. So AU is done for the week. Let's go to EURCAD. So EURCAD, we in V1 heading up. What was the expectation? Price to come, test the low, right? That 30-minute low, and then push up, right? And did it do that? Absolutely. It came, tested, pushed up, right? Tapped it. Remember, this will be the go for the entry. This will be the stop. Then what will be the go? We need to wait for the break, for the retest for the next go. We did get a break, but we didn't get a retest on the 30-minute chart, right? Because the break actually happened here. This is the candle that broke out. All this is test candle, right? Because it's testing the line. It's not breaking above the line. It didn't close above and the next candle closed above. This is the one that closed above. This is what confirms that the price broke out. Now we're in the retest situation. Price went up, came back down to retest to continue, right? What I mean by that is price needs to break, retest for a continuation, right? So price broke, is retesting for a continuation. That's what we want to see. That's the type of behavior. This is not a retest. This is not a retest, right? This is a retest. Okay, so I want to make sure we have a learning opportunity that what is and what is not. If you go to a lower time frame, right, you will see that price broke out, came back down, retested before continuation over here, and a lower time frame, right? But we're looking for price to break out of here in what time frame? We're setting this up in the 30 minutes, so we need to see that behavior in the 30 minute. I'm going to show you. We go to the 5 minute, you will see the price broke out, right? Came to retest, entry, right? To get out. I hope that makes sense, right? And you were straight getting all this the whole time. Right? And here we have the change. Here we have the change to the top side, right? And here we have the change to the bottom. Right? Now we're here. We need price to break, to continue. Right? Since we already got the retest. I hope that makes sense. But again, we're here, the 30 minute. So let's get our points of interest together. So what did we get? We got a rise. Boom. So today's expectation, right? What I want to see price do. Price, if it's going to test the low again, for it to test here. And obviously, it'll break above here. Right? That's the game plan for today. We have, if it comes back, I don't know if it's going to come back. Let's see. That's the game plan. So, what is this? Okay. This needs to go down here. That's the game plan. Still looking good. EURCAD. Euro USD. Let's take a look. So Euro USD expectation yesterday was a rise, right? We had a previous 4 days of drop. So we're not expecting, I went over that yesterday, we're not expecting another day of drop. We were expecting what? A rise, right? Based on historical data, which I went over yesterday. So what was the point of interest for yesterday? The point of interest was for price to come back and retest that low, right? It was a hit or miss. Why? Because if you notice, they swept the low already, right? They swept the low, so we had a consolidation that was here, and price just did what? Just went up, right? They didn't really give us, a false move before a real move. Price just gave us a type 1 pattern, right? Just run away, right? I would say this is the 50-50 trade. Why? Because if we measure here, let's see if I'm right. Let's delete that. Keep this brush. Let's bring this in. Right? This is the top, and this is the bottom. Right? Yes, it is a 50-50 trade. Price went to the 50% mark, broke out, came back to the 50% mark of this consolidation, tap it, and then pushed up. So this is what a textbook 50-50 trade is. Right? This is a type 3 pattern. Right? Daily type 3. Right? But it was given during Asia. Well, yeah, end of Asia, changeover, 1:30 a.m. Right? So this is a textbook 50-50. Right off the 50% of the consolidation. Then went up. Then the next entry would have been what when price breaks and retests. Price gave us a nice retest here, a wick, then push back up. If you got in over here, which is 8:30 New York session, right? Let's say you got in there, right? You took it just to the 800, that's 25 pips, right? Would I caught a nice little 25 piece, right? Not bad, right? That would have been, the trade, but we're talking about it already did 57 pips, which is the full ADR before that pullback to go back up. So would that be a smart trade to take? No. Why? Because it already did the ADR for the day, right? Typically, what price does is, right, what the textbook teaches us, price will accumulate, right, manipulate, distribute, then come back down to finish, right? Rarely, not rarely, but another thing they could do, it could manipulate, distribute, and stay up here, right? It doesn't always have to come down, right? But what did price do? Accumulate, went up, look, and it's here, right? But these are the textbook ones, right? Some of these are variations, right? Which is basically, this would have been a variation of what the expectation is, right? Which is still what the price do, is still ended above, right? It still looks like this one, right, without that second push up, right? Because it pushed up twice. And if we understand the totality of this, right, why was this push made, right? We have this here, the top of the zone, the bottom of the zone, right? Price came to retest it, right? Notice the test. This is far away. This is far away. Once they start getting closer, the closer pushes, that's when they're going to break out. When you see these far away, they don't break out so fast. But when you start seeing them pushing to like that, closer and closer, the taps, that's when they're going to break out. That's my expectation for today, right? That's a gem for today. I should write that down. Spitting some bars for you guys. Once I see price, notice the distance, and then they get close. When they start getting close, that's when they're going to break out. Right? So that's the expectation for today. So We had our first day of rise. Right. Market structure still looks good. So what's my expectation for today? Right? Obviously, break above here. Right? And the retest. It's kind of far. Let me go to the 4 hour. Let me see what the 4 hour is looking like. Small. And they sweep in. I want to see them sweep the low. Maybe even come back here. Let me put that in there. Change this to blue. You lost me for a second. I saw that it crashed. I saw that we lost connection. Yeah, I gotta figure this out why this shit is doing that. The only thing I can think of, I got a repeater in the house also, a new repeater, right? So it could be that the repeater times out after a certain amount of hours or causes the connection to reset or something. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. And if that's the case, what I'm going to start doing is we're going to test it out next week. I'm going to disconnect the repeater while we in class, right? And make sure that the computer is 100% connected to the modem, direct connection to the modem. So I'm going to try to do that next week, right? So guys, so here are my points of interest. So price, I want to see price retest these lows. Maybe take out the low that was here because we haven't taken this low out. Take out the low before the push up, right? So that's the expectation for me, right? We also have this OB, this order block that price can fill before that push up, right? So we have, these are my points of interest. So again, I'm going to reiterate what is a point of interest. A point of interest is a point of interest. I want to see price get to these targets. Once it gets to these targets, then I have a whole different entry model, meaning there's a whole nother framework on my confirmations for entries, engulfing candle, things like that, fractal structure in the 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame. So there's more to it than just putting a line on a chart and just taking an entry because it touches a line. That's not what we do here. Again, these are called points of interest. A place of interest, once price gets to this place, is where I want to step up to my chart. That's why you see these little alarms waiting for something to happen, right? No, I'm not going to invent stuff. This is my expectation. If it reaches it, good. If it doesn't reach it, then it doesn't reach it, right? But I'm going to get an alert, right? So AU is set up. EURUSD is set up. GJ. So GJ's expectation yesterday was what? A rise. Boom. We did get it. So now we got a 2 days of rise on GJ. Let's go over here. Let's take this off. None. GJ, 2 days of rise, right? I want to see that Y, right? We in P formation high, right? Prices is down total, right? So, but we understand that P formation high, we trade both ways, right? We have all this to cover still. We at the top of this 4-hour zone, right? So let's look at the expectation for today. Obviously, to break that, right? Where would I want to see price pull back? Price already there, right? We have this higher highs, higher lows, higher low retest, right? And it's pushing up. So we might not even get an entry, right? If price comes back down, I'm gonna put my retest order. I will want price to retest here. If it's going to do that. Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it, but it's already pushing up, right? We already broke, we never came back. So let me delete that. Take this down here. All right, that's the setup for today. GU. What happened here? We set this up. So we got a 2 days of rise. We got a 2-piece right now. Let's go. GU. Right, GU got 2 days of rise. We're on V1 heading up. Right, so it's looking good. Right, I love the pullback that it did, giving us enough space to book a profit. In order to make a new high, we have all the way to 37 pips before a new high, which is a third of the ADR, which is straight. I like that. Right, so what are the BOS? I want to see a break above there. That's kind of high. That's 27 pips. Right, retest the low will be price went up. This is the OB. Came to the OB, pushed up. Right, did not break, so we don't have another one yet. Right, we'll say this is the last one. I think price is going to push back down, but if it does, I want to see price sweep the lows. Right, we're in a nice small consolidation zone right now. Right, we have that high, and here's the low. Right, so we are in this consolidation zone. Right, price looks like it's breaking out of it. Let's see what happens, or maybe widen it up before we the consolidation could widen up a little bit. We want to see the manipulation to the bottom, and then that push to the top side. Right, so but right now here's where we are. Take this off. Price filling this fair value gap, and then pushed up yesterday. Here we have between here and here. Between here and here, price filled it, then pushed off. Let's wait and see. that's the setup for today, guys. I like what is happening here. Let me take this off. Something extra off the chart. Right? We're still trading between this high and this low. So everything's still looking good. Let me see it come below. USDCAD. So USDCAD yesterday gave us a new net. Right? So we had our previous 4 days of rise, right? Which we wouldn't take that fourth day. Right? We have 1, 2, 3. It was not expecting that, and the next day gave us a new net. Now I could start looking for trades. Why? We're in a nice consolidation. We at the top and we have a bottom here. Right. Get this green. Let's start looking at our stuff. Now we broke it, right? We have a pullback. What was the push that broke the high? Right? Price push from here. So now this becomes a new low. And we have a new high of 30 minutes, which is up here. This is my new trading zone for the 30-minute chart. Right? But inside this structure, we have a small consolidation zone, right? Which is still up here and down here. Price came tapped down here, so price is stuck in between here. Right? Price is stuck in between there. So let's get our lines in order. Price breaks above what? The high of that zone, right? Which will be the 800. I want to see price break and retest for that continuation. If it comes back down, right, and sweeps these lows, will be here. Right? Why here? Because this is technically a breaker block. This is what broke this swing. Right? This is lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower higher high, higher low, higher high. This is the swing that broke this previous lower high point. So price will touch around here before the continuation. So that's where my retest will be. Sweep these lows and then come back up. I'm going to put it a little bit higher. I'm going to put it around here. Why over here, guys? Because again, these are alerts. So I want to get to the party a little bit ahead so I can analyze before we execute, right? Price could just touch a wicked 1, 2, 2. Let's take a look at the 4 real quick. What happened to the camera? No, go back. All right, so let's look at the 4. So the 4, we had a previous 3 weeks of drop. So this week we are expecting that rise, right? So that's a good thing. So we're gonna leave that. Analysis is on point. The 30-30. So the 30-30, what was the look for yesterday? We wanted price to drop. Where's my 33 times daily move? Yo, what's up with this? Alright, So let's update all this. Let's update all this before we continue. So we have a rise. 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 Second day, third day, rise. Then we have a nomad. Then we have another nomad. Then we have a drop. Boom. All right, so yesterday, what did we end up getting? We end up getting we had a gap, so can't even call this a rise. Louis, what's on MT4 on this? Let me take a look. You know, there's going to be times where you guys have to go to your MT4 and MT5 platforms to see the whole move. I have a rise on MT5. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got a rise. Either way, we got a rise. Because of that, the first candle gapped. So that's why we got a rise. Right, so we did get a rise. Right, it's technically like a rise no net. The rise came back down to approximately where the price started. Right, give or take. But we'll call it a rise. Right, now when we looking at the whole thing, you know, we still making lower high points. Right, so let's go back to this. Right, so we still making lower high points over here when we just look at basic market structure. No, oh no. If we take this out, we do that. Right? This is what's happening. Let's fix all this. It's made a mess. We do this. Right? We still have a break of structure that needs to happen down here for that continuation. Right? If we have marked it the other way, this could be seen as a change in character to the top side. Right? So right now, it could be either or, guys. Right? Because this is enough for a significant pullback. Right? So if this is a significant pullback, price would look exactly how we had it before. I'm going to draw it a different color. We will have this. Right? And if that's the case, then we also will have a change again to the top side, right? So this will be a change to the top side, right? Price to pull back to then pull forward back up, right? And then have a break of structure up here, right? So this is a possibility also. There's both ways right now. Why? We're trapped in a consolidation. We have the higher consolidation, right? And we have a lower consolidation here, right? So we need to wait for that deciding factor of where's price going, right? So we understand the totality of the direction. Are we pushing back up or are we continuing to drop, right? The only time will tell on this one, right? I have no bias for today. I have no trade set up for today, right? But if this was a trade that was setting up, right? This will be the OB that people are looking after, right? For their entry. And it was violated. Or it touched it, right? Well, it wasn't violated because it's still within the parameters, right? So this will be a place where price should be starting to push up. If it's going to push up, will be here. This is where the price will pull back to then push up to create that next higher high, right? Or are we going to continue the trend to go to the bottom and cause this break of structure, right? I'm going to leave it like this, and we'll look into this next week to see exactly what price is going to want to move to, right? Because right now, until we don't get that break, either to the downside, right? We don't have a set trade, right? We can trade a microstructure inside of here. Look where what's going to happen in here, whether we're going to get higher highs, higher lows in a lower time frame, right? We're going to start seeing this in a lower time frame, and we can trade the zone between the bottom and the top of the zone. We can do that, right? And then get out at the top of the consolidation and then wait for price to decide whether we're going to change over or we're going to change to go down, or we're going to break and retest, right? To continue to move to the top side. So these are the two possibilities, right? And right now, me personally, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait it out and see. But let me change these colors so I'm not confused later, right? I'm going to put this green. I'm going to put this green as well. Right? Make sure that we're not confused with our other colors that we already have. Right? So these are the possibilities. Maybe green might not have been the right choice. Make it yellow. Make this yellow, right? So these are the two possibilities. Just gotta wait and see, weigh it out. See what the next move is. Break down or break above, and then we're clear on direction. Because right now we're just stuck in this middle of this consolidation. Gold. So the expectation for gold, we had another day of drop. Right? Let's see, I wasn't even looking at this yesterday. There's a lot going on here. Let's take this off. Let's take that off. Right, so between here and here, we had a drop, right? But these days are so short that we can't even hold this to the same standards. We had a second day of drop, and here we had a day of no net. just looking at gold structure, we're on downtrend structure, right? You can see we have a lower lows, lower highs. This downtrend structure. Now, looking at the 4-hour structure, just take a look at the blue. You have these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? This could be the higher low point to then continue to push to the higher high. I'm going to go to the 4 so you can take a look at it. Forget about this 30. Right? Just looking at here, we had a change here, higher high, higher low, higher high. We had a previous 3 weeks of rise, so we're not expecting rises this week. We're expecting price to push down, right? Or consolidate. Price automatically push down, right? That was the expectation for price to push down to create what? That lower high point to then continue with the higher high. So with that said, just looking at this, what is my expectation? We already got a week low. Not expecting today to just make that wild push to end the week in a no net. But we could be expecting price to start pushing up, right? I will not look to trade from any lows. Why I wouldn't look for any trades off the lows? Because again, we're looking for price to continue to rise. So the safest bet will be for price to break above. Price starts to break above and retest and goes up, then that's a trade I will take. But I wouldn't test any lows because again, the expectation of the week was price to go back to the lows, right? Just like this could be the higher low to then push to the higher high. We can have equal lows down here or lows lower than here or lows to sweep these lows before next week we start to push up, right? So with that being said, the safest trade is for a breakout trade just on this market behavior. Because overall, what are we seeing? If we go to the 30-minute structure, we're still getting lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? We haven't had a change of character in the 30-minute chart to see that we're pushing up already, right? Overall structure is what? To go down. If I see price break above here, then we can start talking. We can start talking, right? So I'm going to be watching gold, but again, it's only no testing of no lows, just for it to break and retest and continue up. Right? And last but not least, BTC, right? Just looking at it from afar. Right? That was my expectation on the higher time frame. Right? We're trapped between this daily high and this daily low. Forgot the stream crash yesterday. We didn't get a chance to do all of this. So, right, we had a rise. Take this off. Take this off. Right, that's where we are. Waiting for price to break above. We had a day of rise. If we get another day of rise today, perfect. We'll get back to the highs that we had so far, 45, 46, 45.5, and 46, right? To then break and make new highs for the continuation next week, right? So we are trapped in between here and here, right? Price is just testing the zone. We haven't broke out of that zone. I'm going to show you guys. Let's go to the daily candles. So I'm like, why are we moving so slow? Right? Looking at this, we can see the price is just trapped here. Right? We're just testing the high. We haven't broken out of it. Right? Price swept it, swept these lows. We have a consolidation here. Price was swept, It's looking like we're pushing up. We have to wait. I want to see the price break above for that continuation. But let's see how it goes. Right? We had a previous 4 months of rise. Right? So let's wait and see. So guys, so that's it for today. Um, first week of the month is wrapped up today. As far as like the class is concerned, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to join the Discord. There's a lot of new changes. The website should be back up in the next couple weeks. Um, we got a couple things to look at. We have some great changes this year. A lot of positive things happening. Make sure to join the Discord. Make sure to subscribe. Mr. Jumper, will you be trading in the morning? I believe he will be. If he is, guys, make sure to join the Discord so you can get the link. Probably not tomorrow. Probably don't see anything happening tomorrow. But join the Discord, guys. If he's gonna join, he will be posting up the link on the Discord so you guys could join the live trading room. So, guys, I see you on Sunday for the weekly market breakdown, 11 a.m. Eastern. Until then, peace out.